Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining with this. Happy to see a lot of school students are joined today with this. So I have intentionally keep everyone as a mute so that we will not have any disturbance during the meeting because we will be discussing a very important things, including the dates and the procedures and the guidelines of the test. So looking forward to all your cooperation during the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I will allow you to ask your questions. Already the chat boxes are access to everyone. So if you have any question during the presentation or any general queries related with the NAT, uh, your your questions are very much welcomed in the chat boxes. So please use chat boxes to share your questions so that we can keep answering during the presentation. So today we are having with us both the NISA leadership team and also the team from the UK, from the Summertech and the CEL also. So I'll quickly introduce and then I'll hand it over to Tulsi Prasad sir. Then we will formally start the meeting. So today we are having Mr. Suresh, but he is a director from CEL UK. And we're also having Dr. Charles Rodi, CEO Summertech. And we're also having Daniel, CEO Summertech. So this is the team involved in preparing the workbooks, questionnaires, and Summertech is going to be a very important part of the entire process, particularly for the online test. So now I quickly request Tulsi sir to invite all the school leaders, students, and also to formally welcome everyone to the meeting. Tulsi sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to everyone, all the children and the school managements who already got registered. And Thomas, I think this connection is limited to only 100, I believe. I'm getting calls from AP that they're not getting connected. It's limited to 100, I believe. So welcome, children, and welcome all the managements. As you know, from the last few years, we are conducting this National Analytical Aptitude tests every year. And children are participating enthusiastically, and we thank each and every one of them. So this gives a lots of exposure to the children for the kind of aptitude test they are going to face in the future. As you know, nowadays for every kind of job, the logic and reasoning is the kind of a foundation examination for each and everyone. So this is a kind of exposure to you at national level, so that you can have comprehension about what you are going to do, how you are going to perform in the test. So this year it's going to be both online and offline, and we are involved with the Summertech's Cambridge. So, and the winners also got a chance to visit Cambridge, the winners. So this is a fantastic opportunity for a 14 or 15-year-old, 10, 12-year girls and boys visiting Cambridge. The number, which is in the first top 5 universities in the world. It will be a good exposure to them, and I hope this is going to be a successful examination for this academic year. Thanks, Thomas, and thanks, Suyash, and the team of Summertech, and welcome you all, children, and thank all the managements. Goodbye.
Aman. Thank you.
Thomas, carry on.
Thank you so much, Tulsi sir. I quickly share a small presentation on the important dates, and then I'll hand it over to Daniel and Shreyas to take it forward to share the complete details about the online mode, how to attempt the test in the online. Yeah, so first of all, thank you so much for registering to the NAT 2023. We got a very immense participation this year. Across the country, so far, almost we have reached like 20,000 registrations so far. So still the registration window is open. So it's a request to the school leaders to use this extension of the registration timeline. So it's a request to you to please register more students from your school because this year we are planned to have an international exposure visit to the Cambridge also. So participation in the NAAT 2023 will also enhance the holistic development of the school. That's how we design the NAAT. And also it's given opportunity to students to explore their analytical and the aptitude test, and also got an exposure to visit the Cambridge, UK. So it's a request to use this extension time period to enroll more students from your school. So as I already said, we got some requests from the schools. So we have already extended till 15th September. So please use this window and do registration. And sorry to say, we will not able to do further extension of this timeline because each and every date is aligned with the post procedures also. The first test, second test, and the assessment and the result announcement. And also the students will be going to the UK Cambridge. So we already find it's difficult to do a lot of extensions, but we already did so many extension of the timeline. So please use 15 September as the last timeline to enroll, and also send the students list, because the students, those who are going to attempt online, at the back end, we have to create a lot of access to them. So it will take a time. So it's a request to all the school leaders to please follow the timeline so that we can smoothly have a process, and on timely, we will share all the credentials to you. So we kept a window for round one test because that's how we organize this test, because we give kind of a flexibility and a freedom to school to attempt the round one within particular window period. So 27th October to 5th November, that is the timeline for the first round. The test venue will be the school. And for online mode, it's a request to the schools. You can have your own timeline where you have the availability of your computer labs, or you can coordinate with the students to bring their mobile phones or the tablets. So you can have your own arrangements at the school level to organize the online test. So 27th October to 5th November, you can use any one slot, and you can attempt the round one test. So the round two test will be at the common center. The NISA team, along with the state association, we will be coming out with the center list that will be intimated to you very advanced, so that you can coordinate with your students for the second round test. So the top 10% students from each school, each grade will be qualifying to get into the round two. So that test will happen the center level. So we will be informing you about which center your student will have to be attempt the second round. So these are some of the important informations. Some of them have already shared. So we will be sending you the student ID, kind of a hall ticket number, and the attendance sheet to the schools via email from the mail ID nat@nisaindia.org. So please keep checking for these officials' mails in your inboxes. For the online credentials, I think Dan will be sharing all the details with you. I hope the access code and all the details will be shared with you also, the students, those who are attempting the online mode. So the test will be for the 60 minutes, and there will be extra 10 minutes to fill the details of the OMR sheets, and all the other preparatory things will be taken care in the 10 minutes. So after the test, please send back the filled out OMR sheets and signed attendance sheet uh, to the below mentioned address. We will be also sending all the details to your official mail ID and the WhatsApp numbers also, and to the teachers coordinators window also. So please keep following us in all those platforms also. And one more request, please send the filled OMR sheets as soon as possible, because the delay will again reflected in the assessment process. Um, like until we receive the last student of the OMR sheets, we cannot go to the assessment process. So it's a request to all the schools to please send the full OMR sheets, the answer sheets with the signed attendance sheet as soon as possible, or once you completed the test, immediately you can send it to the NISA office address, so that we can take it to the evaluation. Uh, if you delay in sending the filled OMR sheets, it will be very difficult at the last minute to include your students to the assessment process, because we cannot wait for more time for your like pending couriers to reach the office. So please ensure that you send all the couriers on time. Yeah, these are some of the important informations. And if you have any queries or any doubts about the date or any other things, please keep sharing in the chat boxes. We will try to answer all your queries during the meeting time. So now I will hand over to the Daniel to take all of us through the online process. Just allow Dan, I'm just giving the access to you.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and hello from Cambridge, UK. Thank you for all of the schools who have registered so far, all of the students who are looking forward to taking this test and are excited for the possibility of coming to Cambridge and having this amazing learning experience. So we've been working day in, day out to develop the test and all of the learning material you need for round 1 and round 2 for the coming exam window. So firstly, what can you do now to prepare and practice for the test that will be taking place as per the dates that have just been mentioned? Once we receive the student and school data, those who have registered for workbooks will be given direct access. So you will have the opportunity to access workbooks both offline and online within Somatic to develop your understanding, practice questions, which are representative of what might be taking place in the exam. So this will be shared to you very soon, to be confirmed by NISA. So hopefully, well, once we receive all of the student information by the end of this week, we can begin to provide all of the access needed for workbooks and practice materials. There is also a sample test that you should be able to access from now. We can share the information for how you can access that immediately. So this is stuff you can do right now. All of the materials, yes, we can share. So looking ahead to the exam, for the online test participants, we will be sharing directly through your NISA coordinator access for the students to see their online exam. Students will bring a device or have access to a digital device that they will access and log in to Somatic to try the test. With regards to preparations which needs to be done for the test, it would be useful for devices to have access to internet connection, to be fully charged, and Somatic works on phone, laptop, tablet, any device you prefer. So it's useful to install Somatic, to test it, and to make sure that you are familiar and happy with the usability of the app and platform. You will receive your login details, as mentioned, through the NISA coordinator on the exam day. You can log in, and when you log into Somatic, you will see the test there to begin and to attempt. With regards to the preparation for that, we will be sharing a document and online video that shows you what it's like to access the test, to take the test. And so all of it will be clear through learning materials that we will provide. Finally, during the exam itself, all exam centers will have an invigilator through your school. The invigilator will be able to access any questions in relation to the online test as well, and any questions related to the content of the offline test. The invigilator will have a direct live chat to Somatic. So during the exam, invigilators conducting the NAAT will be able to send us a live message and receive live support on any technical, content, or logistical questions. So we will be providing the full support needed for your school to deliver and to ensure a fantastic testing experience. So all materials, workbooks, sample test, training guides, and what to expect, we will be sharing again in due course if you have not already received it. Any questions that you have still, we will be able to address them. So please send them into NISA and we can work with NISA to address those questions. Or there will be time for a question and answer session now. So please do send me a message on chat or live audio if you wish, and I'm happy to assist. So we're looking forward to delivering a fantastic testing experience. Thank you for your participation in NAAT 2023, and I will hand across back to the NISA team. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dan. So it's a question time, so you can please put your questions in the chat box, or you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you, because it will not possible to unmute everyone, so it will be so disturbing for the meeting. So you can just raise your hand if you want to put your question vocally, or you can put it in the chat box so that we can answer one by one. There are some questions like regarding the materials. The materials are already been posted, so you will be receiving maybe in a day or two. There was some logistical issue because of this G20 conference, so I hope you will receive in a day or two in this week. So I would request please ask those questions which is related with either the content or how to appear for the online test or the offline test. So rest the general comments we can maybe we can take it later. Offline test and online test will be conducted on the same day. Yeah, the school is choosing the mode according to the students' interest. So that's why I shared the window period. So it's depend on the school to whether they want to organize both offline and the online on the same day, or maybe online on some special day where they can accommodate more students in their computer labs, or according to the possibility of the digital devices of their school students. Dan, there is a question, what are the topics covered in the math? You want to just share briefly like what kind of uh, content we included in the workbook, and also the question is related to the math?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I would advise, so of course, the NAAT delivers, holistic testing covering many different topics. I would really recommend actually when you get access to the workbook physically when it arrives, or when you get access online as soon as we receive this student registration data, to look at the questions in the workbook, to have a full understanding of what you can expect to see in the exam. The workbook has all of the different types of math questions in relation to what you can expect to see on the test. This includes, some basic geometry, numeracy questions, and of course it depends upon the class year of your students as well. There will be a little bit of difficulty and variability in accordance with the class year. So the questions will not be directly taken from the workbook, but the workbook will provide a good practice and insight into the type of questions you can expect to see in the round one exam itself.
There is a question for round one test. The school has choice to select their own school. Yeah, so the round one will happen in your campus only. Uh, so there is no other option. If you're a chain of schools, so try to keep the round one in each of your school, not as a common one for all other schools. So please try to keep it the first round at your school only. Yeah, thank you for your feedback. There is one feedback that the material we received, the size is small. Thank you, Monica ma'am. We already got this feedback from the local office. So we will ensure that the question font size will be, it's a very good font size for the students, will not have any problem in that. Dan, there are some questions related with the app. If you could quickly take us to like step one, step two, step three, how to get into the app. I think you already shared it, but there are a lot of questions related with the sign in the app.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a specific question in relation to that. Could you point me, can you show me, read a question in mind so I can be more specific with answering? I don't see any questions in the chat relation to accessing the app or signing in. But what I will say is, with regards to the Somatic app and accessing the sample test, we will provide today, and NISA will provide, again, a flyer that allows you to have access to downloading the app and a code you need to enter to access the test, the sample test. The flyer will introduce step-by-step instructions for how you can download and access the sample test on Somatic. Somatic is available on the App Store, the Google Android Store, so you can go ahead and install the app on your preferred laptop, phone, or tablet. And with the flyer, the document that we will share, that gives you instructions once you've installed the app and links to install the app if you need help to access the relevant questions that you need to do. So let us share that flyer now or at the end of this session, just so you can have that written down help document to support you to access the sample test within Somatic.
Sure, Dan. I think we already sent the flyers in all the like dedicated WhatsApp groups and also to the mail. We will share it again with the more details on the online model.
Perfect. I've just seen a few more questions come in now with regards to how will children log into the app individually. So every child, every test participant will have a unique password and email that we will create that they will log in using the app. We will share these directly to the school. So if you are a school who has registered for the online NAAT, you will receive your login details for the students. Once those login details are entered, then the student will have access to their unique test that they can participate as normal. So instead of doing the physical completion of any of the student data, that's all automatically done. And we just need to provide in advance you with that user login information once we have the registration details following the deadline this week. So yes, every student will have a unique login that we will share with you directly. However, it is possible to access sample material now, and that is by following the instructions on the flyer that, as mentioned, we have already shared and are happy to reshare again just for additional help.
So we will share there are a couple of people ask for the link of the app. So we'll try to share the link of the app, but as Dan said, it needs some kind of a login process to it. So you have to follow that process to sign in, and then only you can get into your individual page.
There's a question about if any error occurs during online exam or when the password does not work. So that's a very good question, and we will solve it by multiple steps. So before the online test, we will organize a session with schools running the online test to provide support and guidance, and to help them to understand what can happen in cases like this. We will also share a document that provides all of the support needed to deal with technical problems, such as the one that this has mentioned here, if an error occurs during the online exam. So this document will provide direct solutions for common errors. It's very, very rare that errors happen. We deliver lots of large-scale assessments with Somatic, but if it does happen, you will have the document. And finally, school instructors will have the live chat to Somatic that we can provide live help with any errors that occur during the exam. And if the password does not work, we have alternative login methods and alternative details that we can provide on the exam day itself to fix that problem. But we would encourage everybody to test the login details in advance to make sure that they do work. And once you are logged into the app, you do not need to use the login details again. You are permanently in the app.
Yeah, the workbook is same for the round 1 and round 2. And if you want to have an interactive experience, so we can use the Somatic app to attempt certain model questionnaires. So please use the Somatic app to get experiential learning. So workbook is common for both the rounds. But if you need more details, if you want to have an interactive one, so you can use the Somatic app to get that experience.
So the login details, if you are an online NAAT test taker, we will share the login details soon. We need to receive all of the registration data first, and then we can begin sharing the login details with you. However, if you have, and this also is for workbook access. So everybody who has access to the workbook, everybody who has paid for the workbook in a physical offline version, you can also try the workbook in the Somatic app and receive instant feedback on question attempts, interactive content, etc. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. And all of the people questioning about the app, we can reshare all of the information that we have shared to make sure that you have access and a full understanding of the Somatic app. The app link, we will share that. It just needs to be in the flyer document along with the instructions on how you can access your NAAT sample material within the app itself. So you install the app as normal, but you need to follow specific instructions. Very easy, very simple to actually access the NAAT materials within Somatic. And Sandeep, for those who have not paid for the workbooks, can they access the app? Yes, you can access the app to try the sample test for the NAAT. And again, We will share a document which gives you the app link and access information to try the sample test in the app. Any questions regarding the app, you can send a message to NISA and us, and we can provide support with that.
So we can have five more minutes, then maybe we'll try to wind up this meeting. If you have any questions, please start putting in the chat box. So in terms of app related, like app link, we will share the flyer and all the helpline numbers. If you're having any problem, you can immediately reach to the helpline numbers also, so that we can help you to have all the access and all the details of the app. Or please talk to your teacher, because we have already shared all the materials to your teacher. So if they have not shared, please check with them and try to get from them also. Or you can call the helpline numbers.
I can actually attach the flyer document now in this chat. Do you want me to do that, or should we wait to send?
Please, Dan, you can do it, so that if they want to download it, they can do it.
Okay, so I'm attaching the document. 1 second. I will post the document shortly in this chat. So everybody who is asking about the app, you will be able to see that shortly. So just 1 second.
So Dan, can you quickly just take them through these 3 steps?
Yep, I'm just attaching the flyer now, both documents for you to access. There we go. 1 second. Okay, so attached.
Or so you have the co-host permission also. If you could just want to share it, you can share it quickly.
Okay, so I have attached here 2 documents that will allow everybody to access the app and access the relevant sample test, which is live in the app itself. There's also a picture that somebody has shared above, but both documents are relevant for schools and also students. They both contain information about the app. They contain instructions on how to install the app. Again, Somatic works on any device. And the final step, once you have installed the app, the links are included within these documents, is for you to go to the account tab and to enter a code, an access code, which is mentioned in step number 3. And then you will be able to access or see the NAAT materials within the app. And there's a question, can you share the documents in WhatsApp? So yeah, Thomas, if you could kindly...
Yeah, we will share all the documents in the WhatsApp also. WhatsApp and to the school mail ID also. So you can get an access from there.
Perfect. That's great. Any more questions?
And all the students, we already shared the helpline numbers. So if you need any help, you can directly call the helpline numbers also. But I hope you will receive all the materials, all the supporting documents from your school.
Perfect.
Okay, so I think we are good to wind up the meeting. There is one new message. I'll just check. Can we download the app now itself? Yeah, you can download now itself. Okay, so thank you so much, Dan, for all your inputs and the support. And so we will try to wind up this meeting. Thank you so much for clearing the doubts. Okay, we are happy that we were able to clear all your doubts. So if still you have some doubts, please feel free to reach to your teacher or to the helpline number. You can send mail, put a message in the WhatsApps. We will try to get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll try to clear all your doubts before you getting to practice your workbook and also to attempt the test. So thank you so much, and thank you to Shues also, and thank you to Charles. Once again, thank you so much, Daniel, for joining with this for this orientation meeting. And all the best for all the students those who joined with us today. And thank you so much for the school leaders and the teachers who take this initiative in your school and registered your students for the NAAT 2023. I'm going to end up with a very important note. As I said, there are still 3 more days left uh, for the registration. Please try and enroll more students so that they will get an opportunity to attempt the NAT 2023 and also get more opportunity to explore the Cambridge UK opportunity also. So with this note, if you have any doubt, any help, please reach to the NISA team. I have shared the numbers. All the details are also available in our website. There is a dedicated page called NAT 2023 in our websites. You can also reach to your state associations because the NAT coordinators from the state associations is also working at the ground level. So you can reach to any one of us if you have any doubt, you need any more support, any help, please feel free to reach to us. So once again, thank you so much to all of you, the students, teachers, and the school leaders, the state association leaders, and everyone. Thank you so much for your support. Please use the 3 more day registration window to bring more students to NAT 2023 to provide them the good opportunity for them. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Thank you.